Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look here at Bumble stock. This is a recently IPO'd company that I am extremely excited about, and I don't really get excited about companies very often. I like to trade very cut and dry. I want to talk about why I think this is one of the best growth names that we're going to be seeing on the stock market. Now, right now, obviously it looks a little flat, and that is because this is a recently IPO'd company, so there's going to be a lot to talk about, including my levels of support and resistance, where I think you should end up buying this company, and ultimately why I think that you should consider buying them right now before that they leave this purple rectangle, because this will obviously be a great moment for a breakout, and I'm going to talk about that later on in the video. So as always, if you guys enjoy these free updates on your favorite names like DraftKings, Boeing, Jumia, etc. over the last few days, don't forget to like and subscribe down below because it really helps the channel grow. But as always, let's get straight into why I'm watching Bumble as well as these levels that I'm watching. Now, like I was explaining at the beginning, there isn't a lot of chart to really look at here with Bumble as they are a recently IPO'd company, but one of the things that is making me excited for their growth in the long term is going to be looking at what Match.com has been doing over the last few days and weeks. And as you can see, this has been one of the strongest growing companies on the stock market, and they have a massive amount of volume day over day. So there is obviously a lot of people with their eyes on this position and who will consequently have their eyes also on Bumble. Now, one of the most important things to talk about with Match.com and why they're so similar to Bumble is because they recently acquired Tinder, and if you've ever used the app Tinder, you may know that it is basically a copy or replica of Bumble. They're both very similar apps and do the same function, and as a result, with Match Group having almost 70% of their revenue made up by Tinder, I think that Bumble will have also a positive revenue growth and will continue along the same path that we've seen historically for Tinder and also for Match Group as a result. So as always, guys, this is going to be one of the main reasons why I'm bullish on Bumble and why I think that we can see some more volume and even some more buying coming over the next few days and weeks on the backs of this positive earnings. Now, as with any other stock, we're going to want to get an idea of where the clear levels of buying and selling are for Bumble stock. And if you've ever followed my channel in the past or seen one of my previous videos, you may recognize these purple rectangles, which are going to give us an idea of where the buyers and sellers are stepping in very, very heavily with a certain stock name. Now, as far as Bumble, you can see that there is some clear levels of support around $61 a share, and all I really do to find where these levels are is to look for wicking on the chart. Now guys, don't worry if you don't know what wicking is because that is an advanced term, but I'm going to do my best to explain right now in a basic way what wicking is and how you can look for it on your favorite stock chart. Now, as you can see here, we are looking at the hourly candle chart, and what this means is that every single hour of time is going to represent one candle on the chart here, and basically what we are looking for to find these areas of support and resistance is going to be where there is some huge wicking or where the candle shows us this huge line coming out of either the bottom or the top, and what this basically represents is where the buyers or sellers stepped in very clearly. So if the price of a stock dips down during a certain time or certain period of inflation or selling, and then all of a sudden we see that near the $61 price range, the stock is getting bought up extremely heavily, then that's obviously going to give us a moment or a sign that $61 a share is what we should be watching to set our buy location at so that we can get in with the rest of the market and ride that wave back up. Now, as you can see, $62 has held as that price support going all the way back to even February of 2021, so very close to the IPO date. This price was set as the bottom for Bumble, and it has been holding over the last few days and weeks, even coming out of their earnings report. And in the earnings report, people did not have any sort of expectation on what was going to be happening with Bumble, and you can see that they were trading at a very low price relative to their IPO price. But once the earnings report came out and positively surprised almost 12 cents per share of expected earnings, that was obviously very positive for the stock. And after this moment, we have seen some great rallying on Bumble, and the price has moved in the upwards direction for the last few days of time. Now, more than the minimum price here with Bumble, I'm going to be watching $74 a share to give me an indication of whether this stock is going to be either ripping to the upside or potentially continuing back down to this minimum price. Now, if they do continue back down to the minimum, this will be an even better opportunity to buy, as now we have a clear sign of what this company can do for earnings and what this company is worth really as a market cap basis and what they can earn as revenue quarter over quarter. So now that we have a general picture of that, and we know that the company can generate some great revenue every quarter, then now we have a great position to jump in on with Bumble. And that's why I'm watching the $74 a share range to give us a clear sign of whether buyers will jump in at this price, where historically sellers have had the control. So in the past, you can see that sellers have pushed the stock back down from 74 all the way back down to the minimum of 60. But this time around, I think it's going to be different because of how many people know about the earnings and because of how much strength we actually saw almost 2 or 3 days ago. Now, with this move 2 or 3 days ago, you can see that we did get up past this purple box, but we ultimately ended up getting rejected by the same wicks that gave us the sign to jump in. And like I say, guys, these wicks are going to be a clear moment when either buyers or sellers are stepping in. And as you can see from these two wicks right here, the sellers stepped in very, very heavily to push this one down from around $76 a share back to reality at around 60 to 65. So to recap here, guys, I think $60 is the ultimate minimum where this stock can sell off to, but I don't really think that we will be heading back to that price anytime soon as a result of the market crash being over, and also as a result of this positive earnings that Bumble produced just a couple of days ago. So obviously this is very fresh in traders' minds, and I think it's going to be one of the main things pushing up Bumble here over the next few days and helping their stock grow to that healthy valuation of around $100 a share, which is my ultimate price target for this IPO'd company. So honestly, guys, I would try to step in around $70 to $74 a share, and if we can get one more pullback before heading out of this purple range, then I think that will ultimately be the healthiest thing for Bumble stock to do here over the next few days. So keeping that in mind, $70 a share will be the minimum price that I'm watching, at least in the short term, to hop in on more positions here or a larger position with Bumble. But if they do end up breaking out above this purple rectangle, then I will just hold my shares or even add above the $75 a share range, which is ultimately where I see this breakout happening. So again, guys, that's going to be the critical price you need to watch with Bumble stock. If you are interested in hopping in with this company, make sure you like and subscribe down below, because I will have some more consistent updates coming on my long-term position, but also on the specific stock and some technical analysis once the chart does start developing a bit more. Now guys, if you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with what's going on with Bumble over the next few days, or any of your other favorite stock names which I have talked about in the video or in the past, make sure you like and subscribe down below, and check out all my links in the description, which are going to include the links to my free Discord, which is where I post all my plays and signals, again, for absolutely free, and the link to the TradingView, which is the platform you see me do the technical analysis on today, and the main platform where I do all my trading. So as always, guys, if you want to check those links out for absolutely free and take advantage, make sure you check out them in the description. But as always, I hope all your plays are in the green.